we're just doing some technical testing, getting some things down on paper, helping other people out. Remember, these videos is to help with court, child welfare policy, public health policy, help out with a lot of things going on. It was very strange that this situation was tied into a lot of other situations, moving parts. And because of what happened, a lot of us didn't know about that. And it all came to a head. And you guys saw how the history came to play in all of it as well. And it was just strange that it needed to like flow out like this for somebody to get caught up. I don't know why it happened like this, but it happened like this and people got caught. Something very nefarious that was happening in our community came out. That's done for now. We can move forward as a community. That's over. It doesn't need that much attention. Cool. So, I mean, there's other things happening. So, I think one of the things too is I wanted to let you guys know that they are trying to use this to start race riots. And I am going to be contacting the parole board in multiple states about this. At the same time, they are making policy to try to get people out of jail for the unnecessary cases that they were building, playing with my channel, playing with the technology, playing with people's kids. They're trying to amp something, playing with my YouTube, playing with me, starting shit to get that process going fast so that they can try to stop different policies that are coming out. It's not going to happen. They're going to end up getting caught up in between that. That's what they're trying to do. So, people are very idiotic and delusional playing on my channel like that, and it's a sword that they're wielding on themselves. That's why they call it a double-edged sword. Right. So, what we're going to do now is, like, look into a few things that are happening here. And, always aim to please. It's a southern thing. Sweet thing. So, let's look. And these plane crashes are still going. Yeah. ESPN analyst Matt Miller has left arm amputated after car accident. Said, this is the wrong nigga. They say you're close. Just, it's still working itself out. Yeah, they want to keep certain people around for the cases because there's something that they're trying to amp to. Like, well, if they get rid of them, then they don't have the lawsuit. Yeah, and that's not gonna work. Yeah, so they need to be careful with that too. They're plotting on each other, trying to get rid of certain people because of chaoses that are going on, trying to hide what they did with those kids. That's how like goofy they are. Yep. Well, this is still going. Okay, yeah, I told you like any day you turn that technology on, that's done. So, what do you guys think? Okay, cool. Yeah, that's over. That's totally over and completely done for, period. Welcome, you guys. So we have a new show. So instead of Proof of Chaos, this is now called That's Totally Over and Completely Done, period. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So welcome to our show today. So on this show, there's different things that come up. And the theme here is that's totally done for and completely done. Well, that's totally over and completely done for, period. So it's now a title of a game show since they think that it's a movie. Yeah, so just be careful with like all that's going on. Also too, I wanted to let you guys know that in San Francisco, because of what happened with that Dreamkeeper initiative I told you about, they're misusing money and causing drama. And what they were doing with my channel. You guys now saw what they did with my channel. They were waiting for one person to answer 25 emails across 2 countries, US, UK, Canada, and the international court. They did delayed all those emails. In between, several children passed away, several triple homicides, several, you're going to see this mother and daughter suicides. Something where I'm dating the mother to try to get to her daughter for something with getting kids on the camera and starting nonsense like that. Um, Playing with Daisy, starting all shit in court, playing with that court case with the shower. You heard about them because she took on the name of Yoruba war criminals. So they went to go play with her in court, saying that this court docket has something to do with land in Nigeria, playing like that. Yeah, playing like that, starting a bunch of chaos and didn't know that critical things were being exposed about them and coming out in court in different investigations to get them set up. So these photos are flowing out online. Somebody in proximity to this posted a photo with Mahaney. Within 24 hours, somebody in their family got murdered. Yeah, that's totally over. Like, they're not playing with them at all. This is what they're using to try to amp things, playing people's phone, starting this and that because they made bad deals, playing with bad hands, and they got exposed. I'm so sorry. Get me out of the middle of that. Period. So you see who's affiliated with them, but you know what they're doing in our community. So you're saying that you're a pedophile and you're playing with crack and fentanyl. Okay, cool. So then also too, remember this is Empire Records. So you're affiliated with certain artists. I don't know that you're playing with this nonsense, and then they're bringing that into court and starting shit like, yeah, we're getting people out of jail and this and this and that. Like I don't know what Daisy's talking about, and then playing like that and playing on her phone and playing on her computer and stealing her work and starting shit. And then some of you guys don't know that this is going on right now. That Matt, one of the things that got started in public health that was very like big in San Francisco, several people had to go into early retirement. They got fired because it was a big investigation that Matt Haney had started where his mom, she plays with something called Ojai. It's like a place where they go playing on magic. And they got wrapped up in a white Wiccan women network or Israeli women network, and they were playing with people on the internet and playing in people's house, playing on the phone, starting shit with magic, and they all ended up getting fired. That's how that got started because his mom was involved in that group and he was playing with me and it brought that, and they all got fired in San Francisco. It's like a big thing. A lot of people know about. So now one of the things like I started here, he was playing in my computer and gave his mom my public health work. And that's how it exploded. That's one of the things that they have to absolutely have that they started that. That's how far it was going, what they were doing on my computer. And that's totally over now. That's completely done for, period. Yeah, because she got fired from her org that they were running and they got set up with rants and drama because they're playing with Martha. That's totally over, yeah. And then they think that your family is involved in nonsense like this because some of you guys are finding out San Francisco, there's a big ass investigation. Anybody that's involved with Mahani starting anything that says that you want to play with Daisy, you want to play with trannies and pedophiles and baboons on the computer, you want to start shit with chemicals, you want to play with human meat, you want to play with election fraud, you want to start chaos and make deals to play in child welfare. That's what you're saying if you're involved with him. So you're getting defunded by the city. So that there is actually an ongoing investigation. Everyone's phone is tapped. Because what happened? Who got murdered with that dreamkeeper? The family that they played on. Do you see? And it's Daisy that kept on saying something about it, crying and complaining about it, and they played on her phone and her Facebook and shit like that, and that's how it started. And they're trying to hide that. Yeah, that's what's going on in San Francisco right now. If you're involved with them in any shape, any way, shape, or form, that's then. Yeah, and then they're setting up their artists and stuff like that. Their artists for the Empire Records are getting set up because it's them that's playing games, playing their magical game of thinking that they're getting magical powers off black men. And then look, we're getting people out of jail. Remember, they had Cut 50 in California. It's no longer Cut 50. They stopped that. They moved over to DC. Now it's Reform Alliance. Yeah, and they changed the name. And then in between, they got exposed. And we can't really go into jail like that because I was playing with that technology and started a big ass hood war. Yeah, because this is what Mahini did. You guys are forgetting that they did this in the Bay Area. You guys remember this in Oakland? It was way more than that. And then remember San Francisco, Richmond, Antioch, Pittsburgh? Huh? Yeah, that's San Jose. That's what they did. This is what I was talking about. What they playing in the hyphen movement. That he was playing with that technology early on, starting all shit in everyone's phone, and he doesn't know how I know him. And it's just a few names that got mentioned. And remember, perfect timing. I didn't know that was going to happen though, because all that was going on in virtual reality. Because when I stopped uploading Daisy, so she exposed me for this whole investigation into Gavin Newsom. This is a part of that investigation into Gavin Newsom that we developed a toxicology racket and profiles to be playing with chemicals, starting shit, sending hoes, harassing people, playing with the computer, and incentivizing plagiarism and starting shit like that at the tech companies, moving money around, playing with crypto and other people's work, and then playing with the police with crypto. And that's totally over and completely done for. Period. Thank you for coming over. And I'm the one that started that. That's what they're showing. And then you see all these murders and kids and stuff like that. Look what's going on now in the community. Is it not the same chaos, the same heat? Ohio murders. 9 women getting 6 pregnant women back to back in Atlanta. Oh, okay. And it's at his office, and it's he's the one that's causing it. And the feds that were playing with him, they're bringing them out. Who's the federal agents that you know and that are playing with this? Because you're the one that's doing that. And how do they get to do these hits? That's the thing. Who's doing all these murders? How's that going? Yeah, because we're playing with the feds. And it's the feds versus the feds. We don't want people to know that. We got in bed with a bunch of ratchet feds. We don't know they fucking their family. They're messy like that. Some other feds saw them, what they've been testing white men with, playing with human meat, the back of a white man, saying that it's pork belly. They got caught. They tested them with that. Uh-uh. Starting shit with Chicharron, yeah. And they got set up. Yeah, it's going 100 shots and still clapping. That's totally over. And then that man in the Spanish community, why am I hearing that? I don't want to hear that. Less than 24 hours hits. Yeah, because of what they're doing, and it's documents going out, emails going out, people getting fired completely. Less than 24 hours or no supply. That's done. Yeah, they came out. Period. They don't play with anybody. They don't get involved in American politics. But because everyone went across the border, it's 2 people that they saw and said, "Whoa, what's going on in America? You did what? Oh, they're playing with La Negra. Now I see. Look at what they created. Whoa, you're actually stupid." In their childhood, they created this, and they know his name from the entire community, and they're playing with them now because they know about that. Because everyone that knows about him is like dead or drugged or in jail. So is Daisy and the last few that know about what they did, how they built pharmaceutical companies off going into people's phone, the people of color community starting shit and building pharmaceutical companies off robberies that they were planning internationally. starting out shit, playing with Israel, causing hella chaos. This nonsense that they started in Ireland, in Scotland, you guys don't know about it. That's the thing, UK. It's when you really see what happened in UK that you understand. Oh, okay, they took that too far because they don't have anything. The whites, so they thought they were gonna come with people of color, holes in between, playing with my handy. That's totally over. So now you see these guys. That's what they said. That's what they're saying that they want to play with. That's what they're saying that they want to test the community with. So that you're done. Because everyone has heard. Everyone has heard. And he's done for. He's definitely getting hit. In the bay for this, you're definitely getting hit. It was way more than that. And playing in the phone and people that are still missing and in Vegas. Woo! Yikes. Yeah, those days. Yeah, that history. So let's keep on going in these the incest going strike. Yeah, they're playing here in court. Well, I have to show you this baboon. Yeah, she got caught up. Florida woman facing over 500 years because she was accessing court databases more than 100 times to alert drug trafficking suspects. Yeah, because she was getting dick and playing with these niggas. Yep, it's starting shit. Ooh, okay. But those kids, though, okay, they're going to know I did that, though, because they're going to know. Yeah, that's what they were doing. They were compromising rates and stuff like that, and people's kids were getting trafficked. They're stupid playing like that. How do they find them again? Flagged. Reproductive chaos. Yeah, Kamala in her hand. Yeah, this is Kamala her playhouse. It is so tempting and enticing. Yep, to play with cases and charges and statements and documents and getting niggas and dick. Whoa, and getting her body done. She's getting her body done. He got his body done. Yeah, it's like a joke I have with the animals. Yeah, you're getting your body done. Yeah, yeah. The incest goon strike. Yeah, look. He gets 1 year in jail and 3 years probation for playing with Martha. Okay, they said if you go in the family, you're getting more. Mia, it's okay. Papa, why? Why are you doing this? Yeah, and she committed suicide. Look at this nonsense. Woo! You guys are messy. Yeah, with that 144. Yeah, they wanted me to see this on my timeline. They're very messy. Yep. And then look at the aftermath of them playing with war like that. As they got caught up with the archdiocese. Yeah, he got killed. This is 2023. I told you about this. Yeah, the auxiliary bishop. Yeah, he got killed, and you heard archdiocese they fell apart. Look at him. Yeah, he got hit. Another vaquero in the policia. How was that? How is this going? Yeah. FCC license. Yeah, to run the internet and run a radio band. Yep, they're at risk of losing it because they were using it to run the virtual reality and screaming people's ears start shit, and they're getting hit for it. Yep, I told you. All my children. Yeah, General Hospital, One Life to Live. They like share like a shared studio, but it's all my children. What? Yeah, I told you they all died. The cast of All My Children. You guys were not paying attention. They all died. Yeah, another fire in LA at a refrigeration facility. Woo. Mm-mm. No, it's the recent ones. Excuse me. So this I have to go and compile for you. Yeah, it was a recent one, and then it was something with Johnny Wachter. Yeah, Paul Avery. Yeah, Johnny Wachter passed away. This one, yep, 12. All my children actors who tragically passed away. Yeah, they died all at once because something that they were doing playing in people's phone. Yeah, so that's totally over. They're into goofiness starting this. Yeah, so that's done. Yeah, trying to make it seem like this is not happening. Like, what? I didn't even know this is not. They knew what they were doing. They were trying to make bad deals. They're saying that they want to play a bad way. They want to start shit. They want to use their political position to cause drama in the community. That's totally over. They want to like say that they're supporting your election and then get it fucked off behind the scenes, getting into pictures with these niggas, knowing what's going on. They had hella plots and plans. In your face, I'll say one thing and then another thing will happen. Yeah, they had a plot and a plan. It didn't work. Yeah, that's totally over. Yeah. So So now another thing that's going on here. Let me see. Yeah, and then that plane crash with those Israelis. Yeah, some of you guys are forgetting that Pirate Bay, the co-founder. Yeah, he got into a plane crash, and he died. That's totally over. Yeah, that's done for. They're getting charged for all this being on my channel. These females playing in African community, the Nigerian Ghanaian community. In UK, they started something hella stupid, playing at people's job, going to people's phones, starting shit, harassing people, and they didn't know people's like that something was going on, like with somebody that they were harassing, that they were involved in like a big case where they were in foster care and they were molested as a child, and they were bringing that to their job and starting shit, and then they ended up getting stalked and harassed by the man that did that and playing at their job, and then they try to use what they were doing to invalidate a big case. So some of you guys are going to find out that this woman Haney and this nonsense that they started in California, they were pausing my case and delaying my case and playing on my channel because at the same exact time in UK they got wrapped up in a big ass case where they were uploading pretty black women and then like stalking and harassing their life, and they were in foster care and stuff like that, and it was getting the foster care staff wrapped up because it was their families doing it, and it was causing like big litigation and firing and hiring practice, and they were playing with this to stop that from going, and then like, okay, if we stop their case, then they won't have Daisy, and going back and forth, and all of it got exposed and they got hit, period. And it's even worse now than it was had they not done that at all. And even more people they have to cover a bounty for, and even more heinous things they got exposed for, and even more penalties they're having to face. So that's one of the things that you guys are gonna find out. So the entire time that you were playing with Daisy, running your mouth on YouTube, playing with those hoes, Empress Bella, it could be an African, it could be a Nigerian, you were bringing that to somebody's job that worked in foster care so you could play with her cases and play with a bunch of niggas. Because they didn't want to date you and your family, playing with these Ethiopians that were playing in the computer, hacking and tapping, playing with Sabrina Dihowery. And you guys brought that to her job and they played in her cases, and 3 of her cases, those kids are missing. You're very goofy starting that. Yeah, that's why they have to hide with all their might that they started that. They have to hide with all their might that they were starting that. And guess what? That's not gonna happen. Yeah, you know that. Goofiness and nonsense. Yeah, so they're online complaining about that they're not getting into their scholarship programs, they're losing their grants, they're losing their PhD funding, they're losing their visas, things like that, because they're playing. They hit their entire family. They're very goofy, and it's a bunch of ugly yuck mouth hoes playing games. And there's a group of them. They got kicked out of the Chris Brown concert, VIP in UK. They're trying to hide it on the internet because they were hacking and tapping in the computer, and they all had to fight over it. The celebrities. Yeah, and then her, she died at the World Cup. The Ghanaians, yeah, playing games. Yeah, but they were playing. Yeah, look at this. Ubisoft. Plane crash, yeah. Okay, what? Yeah, that's totally over. 24 hours. Period. I don't want to hear about it. People don't want to hear about it at all. They gave them a quota, like they gave them straight. Like if I hear that that technology is still on, that you're making obsessive dating, that you guys are still going back and forth in her case, that she's not getting paid, it's 24 hours. They're gonna hit you, period, and they're gonna expose you. Some of you guys found out about that fire in Dominica. You heard what I said about Cardi and them. Yeah, a big ass resort got set on fire. Yeah, because they're playing. You heard what I said. Yeah, they're doing all that. That's totally over. What they moving these kids back and forth and starting all that. What they've seen with this magic, a bunch of people came out. They don't want to hear about that. Yeah, playing on my channel like that, trying to wage my channel to play like that, thinking that you're going to be doing different tactics to start shit and play with people's kids and play with people in the hood. You're not about to be doing any of that. That's totally over. Yeah, they had a tactic too, like because the parole board and probation board, they're about to step in and put everyone in jail that was playing with this. That's why they're clearing out the jail. And there's a bunch of policy going now to get a lot of people out of jail, and they wanted to confuse and create a chasm to stop all that, and then just flow people into jail and stop their cases. And that's not about to happen. Yeah, they have too many cases and charges. Yeah, this going on every single day. This is like a mess. Every day it's going. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, cop takes his own life in the Caribbean. Because playing with Stephanie, yeah, I went hella far playing because it's somebody that they played with in UK through the Jamaican community, and she was tied to Trinidad, to Trini, yeah, Trinidad and Tobago. Uh, 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 Playing with those tarot cards, yeah. There's another thing I want to tell you guys about playing with people of color in Europe with their children. Yeah, and then the black community is going to be coming, and the people of color community, they're all going to be coming to see what happened to us because of that nonsense. Because me and my husband, we know how to code, and they wanted to play with computer powers with Asian babies. So they got into a racket where they were putting our children in CPS, even though we have the jobs and we have companies and things like that, and moving our children back and forth and molesting our children. Yeah, so they try to take their child and go back to their other country. They went back to their country, she had a baby, and they played with her again. Yeah, because their government was involved in it about playing with computer powers with certain indigenous Chinese people. Yeah, this is certain. Not all Chinese people are the same. This is certain ethnic group, a certain type of woman. They were looking to play with them. I remember them. I went to college with them. They're so sweet. They're the sweetest people. They're the hardest working women, and they're all hella smart and very intelligent. Yeah, it's so amazing. It's very unfortunate they started that. It's a gift to know this specific group of people. She looks like it's a few ethnic groups that they kind of look like this, and they fought against the government in China, and they're very sweet. Yeah, it's a group of them that they're hella solid. I just have to say that, and they went to go play with their families. It's a gift to know them, because of what they stood for, and then they were helping with Chinese medicine and growing herbs, trying to help people, vegan recipes, super dope, growing like dope ass cucumbers, yeah, and they went to go play with them and starting too much shit. That's what you guys created. Do you see? Why don't you just give them their kids back? Why would you be playing with like Asian babies in Sweden? What the fuck type of nonsense is that? They don't really play with Asian people like in CPS like that. What did you guys start crafting? Yeah, yeah. And then they were playing with Chiang in between, playing on people's phones, compromising advocacy, playing. Okay, whoa, they're wielding their children as a sword. Hell nah. Yeah, and that's why these niggas are done. Um, yeah, that's totally over and completely done for. Period. And they just said period. I'm a contestant today. I don't know. I want new housing. Yeah, she saw the plane crash. Oh my god. Yeah, and then I told you guys I got my purse. You heard about the last fashion killer. And it was my best friend. Yeah, he passed away. Yeah, he went back to space and he's like up there living it up and doing really well. And he's with his auntie too. And she just had her birthday. She's amazing. And they play on my phone. They have access to my phone, so they always send me messages. And Daisy, yeah, she's so sweet. Daisy, yeah, yeah, she passed away too. Yeah, the daily they poisoned her because she set up real estate fraud. Yeah, she's a Japanese beauty. She's a really nice lady. It's unfortunate. And she has my phone and they were setting up shopping for me. They love it. Yeah, they shop in space too. They go on challenges too for purses and all of it. They got Bottega Veneta from the 70s and all that. They're going dumb with all that. They're playing with all that. Yeah, the marathon continues. Wow. Yeah, so she's having fun up there. And they have bitter psychedelics and things like that. And no one's judging her. She was just trying to have fun. And yeah, it was bunk up on her. Yeah, she's doing big up there. So, one of the things that was going on is they were setting stuff up on the phone, and then his dog, Lilo, because the animals are up there too, and they got me a purse. And I was looking for the purse, and it said my name, it said Daisy, and it said Lilo. Yeah, and then it was funny because the next day Lilo died. Yeah, those voiceover actors, she died on Skid Row because they were playing little games. It's something vicious that they did playing in the community. A grown black woman passed away because of that. Yeah, playing games, like doing way too much on drugs and playing with that incest family network. Yeah, brands and stuff like that don't exist. Stuff in space, textiles that don't exist over there. I want that one. Yeah, they're going dumb over there. Aquariums that like they earn their way to go like visit and stuff like that. Museums, botanical gardens. She's having fun, the best life. So now, yeah, the chaos is here. Yeah, this goofiness. You guys are getting charged over this. Yeah. And look at this foolishness. Yeah. Yeah, because I'm about to go in on those niggas. Yeah. They about to go on those niggas. Yeah. Yeah, these are the talks that they're having. They're not playing. And they're playing with Magic Space. They're about to go numb on them for what they saw. Yeah, those videos, that's totally over. They have access. They're talking about they're going to stop them from seeing what they did on Planet Earth. That's goofy. That's the problem. That up there, they're watching it. How can you stop them from seeing it up in space? That's not possible. That's the problem. And they know that. And they incentivize people seeing it so they can come join them in foolishness and it backfired. So, yeah, done. All right, you guys. So that's what I have for you. Thank you for watching. Okay, bye.